Hey everybody, Jacob with Scooters Lawn Care. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I want to do a little bit of a story time. So story time today for me is I want to kick it all the way back. Take it all the way back to the beginning. I don't know how well I phrased this at the beginning. I don't know how well I told the story of why Scooters Lawn Care is called Scooters Lawn Care. Before we get into this, guys, hope you've been liking all the videos lately. I've been trying to make a lot of real, uncut, straight to the point, quick thoughts, immediate action principles that you can just go with. And I keep anytime I have a thought, I try to write it down and put it into a YouTube video. So with that being said, I hope you've liked everything. Please subscribe. I love the support. You guys are amazing. Can't wait to see all of you at GIE, by the way. But let's get into the story. So Scooters Lawn Care. How did it get to be named Scooters Lawn Care? Everybody always thinks I've got a nickname or my name's Scott or whatever the case is. No, my name's Jacob. It's always been my name. Scooter became my nickname from one of the few most amazing men I've ever met that I can truly say was an amazing mentor, an amazing friend, and he was even the type of dad to his kids that every dad should be. I mean, he was just one of the coolest guys I've ever met. And that's Jannetty. No, that's not going to mean anything to almost anybody unless you're from back home here in Springfield, Illinois. But so anyway, the way this story goes is I've always wanted to be a businessman, so I've always been looking for something. And I was working in a body shop where I wanted to buy a body shop. I was really close to. That was gonna, hold on, phone's ringing. It can wait. I was really close to getting a body shop when I was in this shop that I was working at that I really truly loved. And there was this old man named Jimmy Fulgenetti in this shop, and he had made his success and he had made his money as a very successful salesman, businessman. He even in his retirement had a large lawn care company. He started on the side. He lived on the rail, which is a high-end area, golf course area here. And his wife told him, you need to do something. You don't have anything keeping you busy. He started a lawn care business. And within a few years, he had a $600,000 lawn care business that I know he didn't even try to build it. He just did a good job, and it was there. And he is the man. Well, he worked at the body shop I worked at, and he was there just because he wanted to have something to do. He wanted to pull all the cars out, get it all ready for the guys. He wanted to come in at 2 o'clock in the morning, get it prepped, make sure the coffee was ready there for the guys, so he could say hi to every single guy that came in the shop and tell stories and just share how friendly and amazing of a person he truly was. And that's how I came to know him, was working at this body shop, getting to know and getting to see how cool of a guy he was, and getting to hear some of the stories about the wild. I mean, his life. I can't tell you his life. We actually made a video about his life at the shop. I think it took like 4 days of video, but he's done it all. Well, anyway, me and a few friends all back in the day bought mopeds. We bought Honda Ruckuses because they were the coolest pit bike for motocross racing, and we were all motocross racers, and the people would use them for pit bikes, and they were kind of an off-road or they called it a Honda Ruckus, an off-road moped, and we all bought one, and we all had a ton of fun on them. We'd take them everywhere because they get 110 miles at the gallon, and I would take mine into work sometimes, and before you know it, Jimmy, he'd be pushing that broom. I was one of the earlier guys to come into the shop, and I'd sometimes drive right through the driveway in through the building, and he'd raise his hand up and say, "Scooter boy!" And he started doing that. And at first I was embarrassed about it, like, come on, don't make fun of me. I'm already riding a scooter. This is embarrassing enough. And I just got so used to hearing it. And I was, then people nobody really called me Scooter except him a little bit. And needless to say, he had all this business experience, and, at first it was the body shop, and then after I'd bought a house and I'd worked at the body shop, we'd set the house up to paint cars and do body work, and I've always just worked all the time, and I was working all day, I was working all night painting cars at the house, and I got sick of it. Well, I had a steel handheld blower, 55 or whatever they were at that time, and a Honda push mower that my dad won like 10 years before that at a free giveaway thing that I just had for the house. And I had a steel weed eater that my dad actually found in a ditch that didn't run, and I got it running. I took it apart, got the carburetor dialed back in, and got it to where it was usable. And so I was like, this is something we could do. And I'm going to draw this story out because this story deserves to be drawn out. It's going to be a long video. This is what I could do. I can just mow some lawns. Well, we get rolling. I tell my roommate, let's mow some lawns. He never went out on a lawn with me. I walked the streets and knocked on doors to get yards to get started. And, they picked up pretty quick. We had like 25 customers in our first year, and all of a sudden I saw that, hey man, we're going to have some work. And I'm like, I'm going to get out of this job. I'm going to finally have a business of my own. And Jimmy took me under his wing. He gave me his old leather-bound book he had where they used to do book work in, showed me what to keep track of, and he helped me. He helped me with everything. He helped me with my first mower purchase, what was best for our area, which, yes, every area is different. He pointed me in the right direction on all kinds of things, told me about you need to get insurance as fast as possible, you need to be legitimate. He was just a great mentor. And then the day came where I was like, Jimmy, I don't know what to call this. We got to have a name. I can't just go around, we mow lawns, blah, 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 blah. And I asked him, what should we call this? Because I can't think of anything. I'm not naming this Godar. I've always been super against naming it your last name, just in case you ever sell your business. Who wants to buy a business that's named after your last name? So Jimmy says, why wouldn't you call it Scooter's Lawn Care? And I've got to tell you, when I heard that, I was just like, that is the most weird, embarrassing name ever. It doesn't make sense. It sounds goofy. And I'll tell you right now, it took off. It took off so quick. The name was great. I went with it. I didn't like it at first, and before you know it, I loved the name. And everybody knew the name, and the name wasn't cutting edge or cutting better lawns. I mean, something with cutting and grass. It wasn't just a normal name. And Jimmy continued to mentor me, and at this time, they'd already found out he had stage 4 cancer. He was like a dad. I mean, he was amazing. And yeah, this is borderline too hard to even talk about, but he helped me grow the business, and he helped me get on the right track. We talked about buying a snowplow business, and he was in his bed dying. Sorry. Trying to give me advice. Sorry. That's why the name means so much. All right. That's why it's a really big deal to me. And sorry, can't apologize enough. That's why we've got to use the name, and it's been amazing that it's done as well as it did. I keep wanting to talk more about the stuff that's going to make it worse, and I have to keep pausing. He just did it all for us. He helped us get started, and
It's been really awesome to I told you it meant a lot. It's been really awesome to know we're making him proud. Oh, I promise when I started this, I had all intents of this not getting this serious. But that's the story. It, had more meaning than most people thought. Everybody, Jacob Scooter's Lawn Care. Hope you have a great evening. I promise I'll make one more video tonight. Now, I won't be upset. And thank you for watching this. If you watched it all the way through, we're at 11 minutes. This was a long one. See ya.